All right, good morning. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome. Coffee Crew rolling in. Good to have you all here. Everybody's early today, which is great. Good to have you here. Just get the housekeeping out of the way. If you are watching on the replay, thank you. But if you want to join us live, we go live Monday to Friday, 8 o'clock Pacific time to about 8:45. It would be great to have you join us live. We have coffee. We talk about TFSAs. We talk about investing. We've talked a lot about AI recently, which I want to bring up again today, and have a good conversation to start off the day. And as always, a cup of coffee, which is always good. So let me know what's in, if you're watching live, let me know what's in your cup, coffee, tea, what have you got? And we'll see who is rolling in this morning. Paul, you know what, this counts, Candace. He's going to catch the replay, but Paul, good to have you here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming in early. Say hi. Obviously, you have to go to work, which is a good thing. The more you work, the more you can invest is always a good thing. But Paul will give you that one this morning. So Candace, that's one day this week. Beat Candace. And Candace, channel member, good to have you here. Coffee and donut. Good morning. Hopefully your day is going well. I haven't looked too much at the market, so I'm not sure how the day trading is going. Let me know in the comments. It's always kind of interesting to hear what you're doing. You need to start although it would be a lot to share, Candace, would be your trades, obviously, but it might be fun to do for your channel members, like a day in the life of a day trader. There's an idea for you to see what the heck actually goes on. You could even, I don't know, maybe live stream that, but you have to pay attention. So maybe a live stream with just you, maybe not talking, just watching from behind. Might be kind of fun. I'd watch that. Let's do your joke. These are good. The Chat GPT 4 jokes of the day. What did the ghost say when his stock started to rise? Booyah! I'm hunting the top of the charts. That's a good one. They're good. And I got your email, Candace. I'm terrible at checking my account emails. I have to get better at that because people do email. MC, I've had your emails as well, but I'm always like a few days away. I'm like, oh, I guess I should check my. I guess I should check my YouTube email every once in a while because it goes to a separate email. And I saw all your jokes there. It was awesome for Chat GPT. Those are always good. I always enjoy those. And we'll talk a little bit about Chat GPT again, a bit more on the radio GPT that you talked about yesterday once we get going here. Stan, good morning. Always good to have you here. Hope you're doing well this morning. And MC, always good to have you here. Early this morning, MC, good to have you here. There we go. How is everybody doing? Let me know. Okay, let's go. We've got a couple of articles to share. The big one today will be later this afternoon. Let's pull this up. I've got lots of screens and tabs and all this kind of stuff open. And let's pull this up. Hopefully it works. There we go. Budget day. We've you start to get all these leaks and rumors coming out. We talked a little bit about it yesterday for the bump up for the cost for like groceries and stuff like that was a little bit we talked about. But this today breaks up a little bit more detail in they're going to be ramping up in the budget clean tech. Level the playing field with the U.S. I think it's a good thing. This will be good for hopefully for my investments. I do have a lot on the renewable side, and there is a spot here where we go. Scroll down. Budget will get put into Parliament at around 4 o'clock Eastern time. So we'll maybe see a bit more news later on today instead of this morning on that. So 4, that would be this afternoon, 1 o'clock. That would be 1 o'clock my time, just kind of when the markets are closing out here on the West Coast. And obviously, so the target of the Prime Minister is to have net zero carbon emissions by 2050. We've talked about that a little bit. I think I said 2035 or something like that, but 2050. So a ways out, but that's going to come fast. Obviously, time does fly, especially when you get older. So 2050 is not actually, it seems like a ways away, but it's actually not. And they're talking about, I got to find the budget will include systems to lock in future carbon credit prices. Basically trying to boost investment into businesses for low carbon technologies, investments focused on increasing the capacity of electricity grid, battery manufacturing, etc. So that will be kind of interesting to see what all comes into that. Canada plans to extend its investment subsidies for carbon capture technology and hydrogen production and create a $2 billion fund for cutting emissions from heavy industry. So interesting. We'll have to see what does happen in this space, and what else is on that budget. It's always kind of interesting as we roll into this. A bit of news in Canada is a little bit. See how that carries forward. And as always, if anybody has anything they want to bring up, fire it in the comments. It's always good to get your input as well, not just me talking. So don't be afraid to fire anything in the comments. If I can't answer the question, somebody probably in the comment section will definitely be able to at least steer you in the right direction. All right, what else popped up this morning on my news feed? And this one did pop up because I do have a CDR. Let me just pull this up. And here we go. CIBC is launching they now have 41 CDRs. They're adding 6 more CDRs to their list that is available now. CDRs are basically Canadian hedged derivative shares of U.S. companies. So some of the ones that the one I have in my portfolio is Tesla CDR. That is a popular one, but there's 41 now. So they have added new ones, and the ones that they added Boeing, they added Chevron, Citigroup, ExxonMobil. They added Intel, which might be a popular one, and also Uber. Interesting enough. So on that they do have a lot. I won't go through the whole names, but you'll recognize them, right? Alphabet, Amazon, Apple, a couple of other big ones like Coca-Cola, Costco. And what are some other large ones like Meta, Netflix, and Nvidia? Nvidia has been doing quite going kind of crazy lately. I don't own any Nvidia, but and then Tesla. Lots of the U.S. companies. So kind of a good way to get into there, possibly if you're not wanting to invest in U.S. funds. One way to do it. Also, too, what I find kind of nice is the price. The price is kind of easy to kind of get into as well. Like the Tesla one, it's usually under $20. So it's kind of makes it easier to kind of get a position instead of a fractional. Well, I mean, it's still a fractional share, obviously, but kind of makes the purchasing go, and then you don't pay any conversion fees, obviously, because it's in Canadian. So that is out. Those are, I think, will be probably popular. It'll be interesting to see what ones kind of are popular or not. I haven't dug too deep into them, other than the CDR with Tesla that I own, and I know a few people of the on the channel have the Tesla CDR. It seems to be a popular one. All right. And that's my back screen. There we go. That's the right screen. We're back. Now, we talked about yesterday, and I had to look this up again, Candace, because it was pretty awesome. I had it saved, and I started playing around with it. Yeah, well, not playing around, but listening to it yesterday. And let's just share the screen, because we did talk about it. And I can't unfortunately play this because there is copyright stuff going on with YouTube, because it does play music. But I encourage everybody. I'm gonna put the link in the chat, so you can check this out, on your own time after the stream. Do check that out. It's a Radio GPT, so it's kind of, it uses the API of Chat GPT, and it's what it does. Yeah, Candace, I know. I've got way too many tabs open, and I need a second monitor or something. I use an iMac, and it's fine. It's a nice big screen, but it's when I get get too many tabs open, I forget where the heck I've clicked, and all the windows open. But that's okay. You see behind the scenes, you see who's watching. Well, you don't. Yeah, you see who's tuned in, and getting the stream going. I'm like a rookie. Like, I've never done this before, even though we're at 100 I think this is 100. This is 119 streams. You'd think I would know what. You think I'd know what I was doing by. You think I would know what I was doing by now, but no, flying by the seat of my pants for the most part, which is always good. It's always fun. The joys of being a YouTuber. You still, like, seriously, the mistakes that you make are. Especially filming videos and stuff like that too, is just, if people could see, sometimes you just like shake your head. Like filming without microphones, or filming a whole something and not even recording on your screen. I've done that a couple times. But that being said, there we go. I've even done my whole video filmed on the camera. And when I do my regular portfolio updates, I have a screen of the app, and I'll do a screen recording of that. I've gone through and recorded the whole thing and not recorded the screen as well. So I have to go back and like redo a good chunk of the whole video again. I usually do my videos in kind of three cuts. So I do the beginning, and then I'll do the part with the portfolio kind of all in one go. I don't usually stop, and so I do it all in kind of one recording, so it's easier to line up and get it all kind of edited, and then I'll do the end part. So I had to redo basically the biggest chunk of the video. It's a pain. So annoying. Anyways, back to Radio GPT. Candace, I was listening to. Check this out. So the link is in the chat. Bookmark it. Check this out, because this was pretty crazy. So what it basically does is powered by AI, literally. So it plays like they have a demo. They have a demo station kind of setup that they do that you can play, but it plays copyright songs in between, so I can't really play this obviously on YouTube, so I don't lose my monetization or get taken down for playing music. But you give it a listen, because then what it'll do is it'll play a song, and then interspersed with the songs it'll do basically what they do, and there's some different ones here that it'll pull in like local weather from different areas. It'll pull also in like traffic reports, breaking news. It also does like have different ones, like national radio takes the local news break. They do like it's crazy, and it's all done by artificial intelligence. So the API pulls the data from what it needs to grab from local traffic or local weather, and it will, even the voices are also all completely AI generated. Now, I was listening to this yesterday, and if you really listen carefully, you can kind of tell that it's, if you know it's generated, you'll know it's AI voice, because it's very perfect. But I think they'll probably adjust that, and to start to give, I'm sure you can start to give certain voices as you work on it, it'll get some nuance, I think, as it gets better, right? It's just pretty amazing to hear. And I think if you were listening to a station, if you had a station that for whatever reason, whatever the genre of music was, and you're listening in your car, you're driving on a road trip, you have the music going, you like the music, and then there's obviously the breaks, it breaks in between. I think if you're driving and doing whatever, not fully, sometimes when you're listening to a radio and you're listening to the music, it's kind of just, you're not fully paying attention because you're driving and everything else, you're talking to maybe somebody in the car, and then the news comes on, that kind of stuff. So it's kind of in the background a little bit more, and you kind of listen to it. I don't think you'd know. It's pretty amazing. And I didn't hear one like that. I heard there was like a weather one, Candace. So there's a raccoon frozen on. So they must have funny, silly stories and stuff. I'll have to listen a bit more. I just had it going for a little bit. Candace, yesterday, raccoon frozen on the railroad track, one of the stories. So listen to these. It's actually really pretty interesting. And then I guess one of the companies, Candace, you pointed this out, is with the radio. Let's see here. It was. It broke. Hopefully I can find it. It will actually give like companies like certain research feed and stuff. I guess they can pull in to their shows. Pretty interesting. They have a whole kind of desktop kind of thing like that. But they have it. Hopefully this is the page. You can do like a real-time track, like all this tracking. Here it is. These are the voice tether. Maybe it's not, but you mentioned, Candace, it was Rogers that had started using this, and I have to find the other companies that are our clients. There we go. Bell Media, Rogers, and well, Virgin Radio. I don't know if Virgin Radio is in Canada or not, but Bell Media and obviously Rogers are. I would be interested to hear, not to hear, but to find out if they've actually started using, like, they're probably using this, and we have maybe for a little bit now. We didn't even actually know. It's hard to know. And so the story of townsfolk were cutting the poor critters from the track before the train was due. I'll have to listen to it a bit more. That's too funny. That was just on the regular radio, the radio station they had kind of on the front page. So good. I'll have to put it on. I'll put it on my headphones today and kind of listen to it in the background to see what else I can hear. Watch it become one of the most popular radio station, like the GPT radio. Watch it become one of the most popular radio stations for all their silly, stupid commentary. So funny, but interesting nonetheless. Good point there, MC. Yeah, definitely interesting, and will be, and is already part of everyday life. And yeah, it's these non-obvious ways that I think we're probably seeing. I mean, we've been using it already for a long time, right? If you have, like, there's AI. I mean, if you have an Apple Watch and you have Siri, I have Siri on my Mac. I never use the thing. I never talk to it. But if you have it on your phone, if you have, there's also the Google. What are those Google pod things called? I can't remember, those little speakers where you can talk and do kind of stuff. Amazon Alexa, like Amazon, listen. I don't have any of those things. I don't really like everything listening in. You start talking about whatever, toothpaste, and then all of a sudden Amazon's sending you emails that you need to order toothpaste because it heard you talking about toothpaste. Also too with like those vacuums, right? Amazon bought the that robot vacuum company because it will vacuum around your house and the camera sees what you have and what you might need. But I could see that getting disinterested in the headlines. There is a lot of headlines. It seems to be it really seems to be the talk of the day, and who knows how long it will continue, but it seems to be definitely out there. So there's an app that will map Siri to Chat GPT so she can be more intelligent. Interesting. So that AIs are connecting to learn more, taking over the world, whether we like it or not, I guess. But again, it will be interesting as stuff starts to kind of roll out, and I think in ways like MC, like I agree with that. There'll be ways that we'll start to use this as part of every day, but in like really non-obvious ways. And yeah, it's true, absolutely. Like using AI and using your data, right, for a long time. Facebook, obviously, if Facebook has been free to be able to sell ads to your eyeballs because based on your interests, and I mean that's AI, right? But I think the one thing with ChatGPT's kind of changed a little bit with us being able to interact with it, right? That's the kind of different where I think a lot of some of the companies in the past use artificial intelligence and machine learning and all these like buzzwords to use for advertising to us, and there's just kind of a different spin on it now, right? AlphaGo, no, I haven't heard of that. If you haven't watched AlphaGo, it's super interesting. It's like a documentary in partnership with Google DeepMind. It's quite old now, so I'm sure the AI is much more powerful, but very good documentary. So AlphaGo, okay, I'll check that out. I'm gonna let me search that out just one sec so I can bookmark it. Interesting. It's probably on YouTube. Full movie. Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm gonna add it to my watch later. Yeah, it's about 3 years old. It says here. Oh no, no? Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. AlphaGo. Yeah, maybe it is. AlphaGo and the future of artificial intelligence. Excellent. Okay, I'm gonna watch that. Thanks, MC. Good call. Now I did miss one sec here. I did miss a comment coming up from from Rod. Sorry, Rod, I'll get back to you here. Good to have you here. Thanks for joining. Haven't seen you for a bit. Hopefully you are doing well. So interesting read on lithium found in Alberta. I did not hear that. So there we go. There's a little bit of scoop. E3 Lithium might be a company to watch. Excellent. Let's search that out, Rod. Good call. I have the watch list. Are we watching that one yet? I don't know if we are. Let's pull that up. No, we were watching Sigma Lithium. It's doing well today. Look at that, 10.94% today. But let's search E3 Lithium. Interesting. And let's follow that. So we'll add that one to the. We'll add that one to the list. Good call, Rob. Rod, there you go. Awesome. Thanks. Always good to kind of add things to the list to keep an eye on. All right, let's get back here. Okay, so AlphaGo. Okay, so they programmed an AI computer to learn to play board game Go, and it had to play against one of the top on the top players of the world. Oh, okay, interesting. That's much like the ones. So it's I found it on YouTube. I found it. So I bookmarked and saved it to watch later. So there becomes a strong feeling of an us versus them type thing. So a very interesting social interpretation and reaction. Okay, interesting. These ones will be good. I'm going to watch that. Excuse me. I'm going to watch that one tonight. That one looks good. So it's if for those that are watching, if you just go onto YouTube and search AlphaGo, it kind of shows up first. There's a full length. It's about an hour and a half. It's actually on a few channels. And it's by the channel is called DeepMind. There we go. It's on there. So I'm gonna watch that tonight. I got my watching now to watch. I'll have to take a diversion from watching F1 on Netflix to watch this documentary, which is good. And there's other things. I mean, AI. I mean, I know I play chess on my phone, and I'll always play there's the AI in that too, right? Like it has the players, and it has even like adaptive players. So much along the same lines. I don't know the board game Go. Maybe I've played it as a kid. I'm not sure, but I know with chess, like playing the AI, like it adapts your opponent adapts based on like your skill level and your moves. So if you play stronger moves, it will play stronger moves. If you make mistakes, it will kind of go adjust accordingly on there as well. So it's not it's still challenging, but you're not getting destroyed. But then you can also play. There's different characters or AI, opponents that you can play, and with different skill levels as well. On there that you can try, and some of them are no holds barred, and you end the game within a couple minutes in frustration. And I've started playing chess actually as a kid, and I kind of recently go in phases of getting back into it every once in a while. So I've started playing chess again on my phone usually with other. You can usually just play with random people too, and it puts you as opponents, which is kind of fun. As a good way to relax. For after work, you just kind of play a few games of chess. There we go. Okay, so apparently, I've seen the game. I don't know if I've ever played it. So it's a board game that requires tons of creative thinking for predictability to originate moves, etc. So it's very interesting from an AI perspective. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that documentary. That's pretty awesome. There's no shortage of good documentaries on YouTube. I find myself watching YouTube more and more. Like I do watch. I'll usually find if a movie pops up on Netflix or something like that. I'll watch a good, if it's a good movie, I'll watch it, or I'll watch an old movie I've watched already. But every once in a while, I'll find a show I like on Netflix, and that I kind of still watch. But there's some really good documentaries and stuff. I find myself watching more and more YouTube, partly because a lot of the videos are shorter. So if your attention span's less, you can kind of jump onto a 10, 15 minute creator's video, and it's smaller time frames, instead of settling in for a whole 2 hour movie. So yeah, there we go. Like so a very good player can look at situations like three moves forward, but the AI can sort out. Oh, okay, so like it's that far ahead. I mean, I think this is the thing. I was having this whole AI conversation with my friend yesterday on the phone, talking about it, because I told him about the Chat GPT radio. I sent him that link, and we were talking about that, like with the way the computers can learn. Like right now, I mean, a human can only, I mean, the smartest, what's the IQ of the smartest human, right? Maybe you think, I mean, I don't think Einstein has had the highest IQ, but like you look at something like Einstein, but like an AI computer can literally be trained and have like exponential power, and their learning is like, it's like Moore's law. It just keeps like doubling and doubling and doubling, faster and faster, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, that is one thing with AI and TikTok. It does have the algorithm to get people. Well, it's partly, I think it also works with people's, works with how their brains work for the gratification of it too, right? And the algorithm showing out exactly what you like and watch, and know. Like it. There's another documentary on Netflix, social something, and it kind of talks about it a little bit. What's the name of that doc? I can't remember the documentary. But it also goes into how the algorithms track you, and like you see, I don't have Facebook on my phone, but I remember when I still had, like when I had it. I don't have a Facebook account, and I remember when I still had it, and I was kind of stopping to go like on Facebook. I still had it. It was still kind of installed on my phone, and then every once in a while, it would it kind of like knows you haven't checked in a while, right? So it starts to kind of push information at you that it thinks you might want to see, right? So you'd get, and of course, if you have your email set up, you'd get an email going like, oh, hey, your friend whatever posted pictures, they're wherever, and it's trying to like draw you in, or it would give you a notification on the phone and that kind of stuff. I mean, I've I've uninstalled it. I haven't been on Facebook or had Facebook for, oh God, it's been probably 3 years or so at this point. But it's interesting nonetheless, on how all these algorithms work, and what it thinks you want to see. It's even with Twitter, with the algorithm, you start to see exact kind of, it starts feeding you things that it thinks you want to see. Interesting, definitely interesting. That's for sure. So IQ, yeah, IQ is a factor, but capacity is, probably right, because it's like the capacity of a computer and AI is literally unlimited. And then with us, right, we have a lot of capacity, but we also, I think the brain works. I mean, it'd be fascinating to learn more about the brain, if you have time. But the way it kind of works is withholding certain things, but also getting rid of. It's amazing how much like it actually gets rid of, right? That from day to day, things that you definitely can't. I guess it figures that you don't need, or whatever else, in there. It's kind of pretty amazing. But then again, like AI, it's infinite essentially. It will never forget anything. It can, like in theory, it can never forget anything, or and just keep knowing everything. It'd be like reading a book and remembering every word for word, and being able to pull that up at any time, right? With the capacity for that, which is pretty crazy. Uh, yeah, there we go. Easter, yeah, Easter. Moore's law applies to your waist size if you indulge too many bunnies. When is Easter? Easter's coming up. Is it next weekend? Is it next weekend, a long weekend? I always forget. I always forget. I see it at the last minute. It'll pop up in my calendar that it's a holiday. Wall Street Journal has a video. Okay, attempts to deconstruct how the algorithm is so effective. Interesting. I mean, it goes through. There's so many, I think, different nuances with it too, right? It knows where you touch on the screen. It knows how quickly you touch the screen. It knows how long you watch it. How if you go back, so many different things, and then related to other videos and that kind of stuff. Your search, and I wouldn't even be surprised if it tracks where. Because all the phones have cameras, right? So it probably tracks where you're looking on the video as well for certain things. Like pretty crazy time. Yeah, it has done that. It's definitely, from what I've heard. I don't have it either, MC, but that's what I've heard. It really knows what you're looking at. And knows what to feed you. But it's also the thing. I mean, it's also too with I've watched on YouTube. Like YouTube has their shorts that they're called, and sometimes you get into those things, and you're just like, holy cow! Some of them they feed every once in a while. It gives you something that's just doesn't completely interest you. You swipe it off really quick, so it kind of start to learn. So same idea. But then you kind of sometimes can get on a roll of things you actually kind of enjoy, I guess. If you're in for that quick kind of viewing satisfaction, right? That's the whole thing. It's like quick, like instant gratification. So there we go. So AI knowledge fed from human data. So the capacity is yeah. But eventually it'll start to learn, like you said, it'll learn from each other AIs and everything else, right? Like what did Candace say? Siri is going to use ChatGPT. Yeah. Yeah, that's what happens too, right? You start to see stuff that, I think I don't know if Twitter's gotten a bit better. It's hard to know. But sometimes there's some bad ones. You're just like, what the heck is, I think Twitter sometimes is bad algorithm for sure. Because it feeds you stuff and you're just like, this has no bearing on what I'm actually interested in. And then, but again, I don't use feedback to really say, don't show this again. So it's probably thinking I like it if I'm looking, I don't know. It's hard to really know. But I know with Twitter, you can do like suggested, but you can also choose just who you're following, really. So that kind of can be one way to kind of streamline it, what you're being fed every once in a while. So, and that's the thing, like suggestion, and you see it with ads too, right? You're thinking like, what the heck? Why are you showing me? You see them on YouTube even too. Like, what the heck? Like, there's even times when I'll get. This must be because it's a Canadian thing, and I don't know why. But there'll be a lot of times, like on, for example, like a bad algorithm would be, feeding me. I'll get ads that are in French, and I don't speak French. I did terrible in French in school. I know a little. I know maybe a few. I know maybe a few words. But I'll get ads on YouTube feeding me ads in French, eBay ad, like a lot of ads. Which is weird. It must be. I don't know. I'm in the West Coast, so it's not my computer. Maybe my computer internet connects somehow. I don't know how that even happens, but I can't see why an advertiser would want an ad to show, a French ad to show necessarily in British Columbia. But I don't know. It's I always find that interesting, and you have to suffer through them for like 15-20 seconds, right? Because you don't know what the heck they're talking about. So you get a whole bunch of with retirement. Maybe it's telling something for down the road. I don't know. Maybe that's what works too, though. It starts to show you these things now when you, like, I'm in my 40s, so it starts to show you these things now, and then because it knows in the future that you're maybe YouTube thinks in the future I'll be living in a French country or something like that, or I'll be moving to Montreal for some reason, and it just knows before I do. Much like the retirement thing, like you start to get these retirement communities, and with that. Now, that being said, with retirement stuff, I've got them before from different things, because I've like, my dad's in a retirement like a facility, so I've had to Google it before to get the phone number and stuff like that. So maybe it's kind of thinking, but I think it also kind of knows. I mean, I don't know your age. You don't have to. I don't know. You don't have to divulge anything, MC. But maybe if it thinks your parents are at that age, that's why. That's why it's bringing that up as well. Like I could see that, so it's kind of relevant. It's weird. It's kind of I have seen them as well, and it's kind of relevant to me because my dad's in a more of a care facility though, but my mom is kind of at the point where she's better not be watching. Will eventually have to go to a retirement type place as well, sooner rather than later, right? Possibly, and so relevance is it's interesting. Maybe it knows more than we do. I don't know. The ad for the retirement. Okay, yeah, we'll probably be torn down and build a condo by the time ready to move. Okay, there you go. Yeah, so there you go. Maybe not right. Yeah, just kind of always kind of interesting what gets fed to you. But a lot of times it's yeah, interesting. I'm trying to think if I've ever bought any like legitimately bought anything via an ad. Um, Probably, like from seeing it subconsciously for sure. Yeah, I could have a whole theme going. I'd have to learn French though, Candace. I do not speak French. Um, no, I understand. Well, no, I understand maybe a little bit of it, but not enough to get by any means. I used to know a bit more Spanish because I used to travel a lot in Mexico, and I knew a bit more Spanish. But now, I'd have to go somewhere or take some lessons to kind of bring back Spanish. So in a beret, and with eat baguettes. It's so terrible. Baguettes and smoking cigarettes, I guess. Uh, oh, that could be maybe right. Like if you're watching stuff. Yeah, I think everybody's a bit different though too, right? I really that part I don't know. I mean it'd be interesting. So a good question, MC. You should maybe see an ad before you come on the live stream because the live stream is monetized. What ad, like what did you see today? Or if whoever's watching, let me know. Did you see an ad? Or sometimes it doesn't show them, but what did it show? Was it a banking? Was it an investment thing? Was it retirement thing? I could see that with investing though, financial stuff that it thinks you're thinking of retirement age. Maybe, yeah, maybe. I mean, I remember. Oh, I should say probably the one thing I did get into because of seeing ads a lot was the Wealthsimple, because on in 2020 2021 there was literally like every ad you watched on YouTube was on. There was a lot of Wealthsimple ads, so that one works. So it works. And that's the thing. I do that with ads as well, and that's why I noticed the French. But again, here we go. Maybe this is why the ads are working because I noticed maybe they're feeding me French ones because I'll notice them. Whereas like if I'm watching regular ads, like you said, MC, I tune them out too, and you just kind of you watch the little number counting down, so you know when you can click it, and so maybe the ads that are in French are on purpose because it knows I'll get it and go, this is French. What the heck are they serving me a French ad? And I'll, of course, now I know I've said it, like eBay French. So maybe it works. Reverse, like some kind of psychology in that. I've also had TD Canada Trust ads in French as well, and I've also had a lot of TD. I've seen TD Canada Trust ads for like for new to Canada, and I'm not new to Canada. I was born here, so talking about like coming to Canada, like new to Canada ads, interesting. So I don't know. I don't even have a TD account. Oh, so Candace says premium. So I get the YouTube premium ad. There we go. That's always handy. And the membership, which is appreciated. So there you go. You covered your base. You don't have to. I guess it doesn't show any ads as far as I know, Candace, with premium. So probably worth it if you're watching lots of YouTube. So no ads. I get my penny from YouTube Premium. I should look and see how many ads come through versus premium. I mean, I don't know how many people have premium, but it would break it down for me. Oh, so you downgraded it. Okay, interesting. And I guess, yeah, so they show ads. Is it terrible though, MC? Is it like, I could probably, I've thought of that, but then I kind of thought, it's just kind of nice. I mean, it's not like super, super expensive, but then you have to sit through. But you probably can't fast forward. Like it maybe makes you watch them. And I really like if I get into a show and I binge it. I do like to kind of really binge it without the distractions. And as long as I guess they don't put them in the wrong spots, right? Like there's nothing worse than I was watching a YouTube video interview the other day, and the person had put so many ads through the video because you can go in and if your video is longer than 8 minutes, you can go in with YouTube and you can place your ads, or you can let YouTube do it automatically. Now, if I have a longer video, I just let YouTube kind of do its thing. But this person obviously, you could tell there was like way too many ads. So you start watching it, you get into something, and it wouldn't put it in. It wasn't in the great part for break, so you'd be kind of mid. And it really just kind of turned me off because too many ads. Like that's the thing. So if there's too many ads, you get kind of turned off the show because you kind of come out of the space. So, and yeah, that's the thing. YouTube ads can be a bit of a pain. So you just close it. That's what I've done with watching certain channels with too many ads. Yeah. Can you? Yeah, it puts up actually a closed caption. I've noticed too. It'll put closed captions up sometimes on the ad. So I don't know. Yeah, but I've seen a few French ads. I don't know. It must be because I'm in Canada. I don't know, Canada. I must have Googled something French or something. I don't know. Yeah, it's bizarro. Like unless I've looked at something, searching something like that's popped up with Quebec or something like that. So shock value, that kind of makes it sense. I mean, I remember also to another one, like Uber had an ad, MC, and Uber did, they had an ad that was completely silent, which was different, right? Like it would pop on and there'd be actually no sound. So I'm like, oh, it was like one of those small, like 5 or 10 second ones. It was really short and it's like no sound. So that kind of makes you think about it, right? Interesting. Oh, there we go. Hey, Candice, thanks. I don't think I can click that up, Candice, but, thanks for buying the gift membership for somebody. Who won? Who got it? Scarborough Man. Oh, congratulations! I can't pull that up. That makes up for the penny. Well, thanks. There you go. So Scarborough Man, if you're watching, I don't know if it gives. I don't know how that actually works. I'll have to figure this out too, Candice. To be able to give a gift at some point. I'll do that. I'll figure that out. Does it give people? Is Scarborough Man? Are you on the stream, or does it? I think it maybe just gives it to a random subscriber. I don't know how that works, because I haven't. Don't remember a chat coming through from Scarborough Man. But awesome, thanks, Candice. That's great. Cool. It makes up for the penny. Yeah. So with Netflix, the extra $3 to go ad free. It's pretty similar with YouTube. So it's pretty similar to like how YouTube works. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I haven't bothered. I'm just trying to think if I can cancel any other subscriptions and stuff. I cancel my StreamYard to the free version. It would be nice to kind of, if you can put the extra money into, I think the goal. I mean, $3 is $3, but I think if there's other ways to save, like back to kind of saving money, would be if you could cancel something entirely. It's a bit more. It makes a bit more of an impact as opposed to just a few bucks to watch an ads. I probably would pay the few bucks just to not pay ads. Yeah, that is the thing with cable. I don't have cable. I haven't had cable for a long time, but I just have I just have Netflix and Amazon. I do have Amazon Prime because I do order a fair bit from Amazon, so you get the 2-day shipping, and you get Amazon Prime, which video like Prime movies, which is okay. It's just kind of an extra little bit. Which has some decent stuff every once in a while. I don't say I watch it regularly or anything, but I wouldn't. I haven't thought about signing up for anything else. Like that's the thing. You start signing up, you want to see like Disney Plus, or you want to see there's Paramount. There's like so many. It ends up costing you a fortune. It's like cable. It's like cable's cheaper now. Where it used to be the other way around. All these subscriptions. I've started to kind of gather up all my receipts and stuff, invoices and everything else. Like these streaming these like subscriptions can really add up. Like I have Adobe subscription that I use, and I use it for the channel for editing, but I also use it for work because it has the PDF program that I can edit PDFs and create PDFs and merge PDFs, all that boring stuff. And it ended up being like it's close to $80 a month, which add that up over the year. It's crazy. All these little things adding into your phone. All these subscription costs, which is crazy. We have to go back to the 70s and 80s where we didn't have all these extra subscription things. We had yeah, it's funny to watch TV. I haven't watched it in so long, but if I go see, visit relatives or something like that and they've got the TV on, you really notice, like after you haven't watched it for a long time, you really notice the number of ads. But anecdotally felt like companies are not advertising on TV anymore. Interesting enough. Yeah, I don't know. I think probably with the way the market and with everything going on too, I think a lot of companies are probably looking where they're spending their advertising dollars too, and how much they're spending. I have noticed YouTube advertising has come down. Now this channel is pretty new to be monetized. It's not like it's not making like millions of dollars by any means. But my other channel I have noticed a drop probably the last year on amounts that's being paid by like how much I'm bringing in from advertising, and I've kind of done similar. You can see because it'll tell you like your views are similar. But the cost that you're making per view has come down for whatever reason. That also has to do with time when you're watching it too, as well. Time of year when people advertise and that kind of stuff. And yeah, this maybe I haven't seen Scarborough Man on the chat, but I'm gonna assume it's gonna give them or him. I'm gonna assume it's a him. Gonna assume it's gonna give them maybe a bit of a notification. So Scarborough Man, that's awesome. That's pretty good. Yeah, maybe. I wonder if there is a Florida man. Um, that's so good. Thanks for that, Candace. That's always good. Kind of funny. I'll figure out how to do that and get those done. I probably have to open up another page somehow. Without, because I don't stream right from YouTube live streaming, and I don't know if I can. Yeah, I'd have to I have to figure that out. New to me. Uh, Ad spend generally, yeah, one of the first expenses for sure. So I think that's maybe part of it. I don't know. And I haven't watched like TV enough. But I can definitely vouch like for ad spend on social for sure. I have noticed that go down, especially when views are very have been consistent, but revenue down. But again, it's not like it's not. I mean, it would be a different story if this was my like. If I was a creator as a full-time gig, you'd be looking at going like, okay, what's going on here? You'd have to really start to figure out things to kind of make it happen. But for me, it's just kind of extra little bit comes in. So it's not like it's make or break, but I definitely noticed a lot. The ad spend was definitely a lot higher, and my other channel had been monetized like since 2020, and it was a lot higher 2020, 2021, 2022 than now. So, okay, to get this, so I have to open a YouTube page so I have to have it like on the stream page. Okay, I'll figure this out. I'm gonna assume I need my credit card too. I wonder if it saved it. I wonder if I can. Let me try this. Hold on here. Let's see if I can do this here. Excuse me. I will. Let me try. So I have to go right to my page. Okay, so I don't know if I'll be able to. I don't know if I'll be able to. Sometimes it might not. Oh, no. I don't know. Oh, hold on. Maybe I can do this. Let's try. I don't think I can't. Trying to remember my card. It's asking me for my. It's asking me for my card. It's so funny. I'm like an old person trying to figure this out. Let's try that again. No. I can't remember my. I don't have my wallet here, so I'll figure I'll figure this out. I'll figure this out for the next one. My wallet is in the other room, and I can't remember my code. It has the card saved, but it doesn't have the be sure to mute it once it's open. Yeah, I didn't play it on the screen, but I can't remember my PIN, my security code on the card that's on my Google. And I tried it. I want to keep trying it because I tried it twice. So I don't want to like block my own card. It's too funny. So here we go, back to stocks. Good call. Let's go back to stocks. And we're coming up. Well, we're almost at 9. We'll definitely go to 9 today. I can look over and see no emails, but bam. So you sold your Brookfield Asset Management and will concentrate in a faster growing tech company. Oh, okay. Yeah. Tech seems to be kind of where it is. Maybe, I don't know, MC, maybe something like, I don't know if ARC, I know you've mentioned, I don't know if you're invested in ARC. I think you've mentioned it before. Might be somewhere to look, because we're talking about AI and AI investing and everything else. And or maybe EQB, Equitable Bank, if you want to keep it financials. Yeah, it seems like financials. I mean, there could be some opportunity there with all the Canadian banks, down obviously with everything going out. But yeah, I don't know. I've got enough exposure in banks in VDY. I'm not planning on adding any individual bank holdings. EQB, I'm kind of here nor there on it. I don't know. The problem, I shouldn't say the problem with the EQB. I work with, I'm just not a fan. So that's all. Nothing to do with it as investments, but I'm just, it's more personal on that one. And but be interesting. Might be something to look at with tech, looking to get possibly taking some risk on for tech. Yeah. Yep. I don't know, MC, what you're looking at for tech. We could always add it to the list, or you're just looking like an ETF, something like that. Be interesting to hear. Yeah, that was me. I thought I knew what it was, Candace, but I guess I didn't. And I think if I try too many, it might cancel my card. Because the number, it didn't come up saying incorrect PIN. It said no funds, and I know there's funds in that, like there's available funds on my card, but so it was obviously the number was wrong. Yeah, be interesting to see. So it is, yeah, definitely. I think more of a longer term thing for any kind of growth. Yeah, I'm still going to carry on. I'll keep buying a fractional share of BAM, like I kind of said. I'll do it for a year, and but no plans to put any extra into Brookfield Asset Management by any means, other than the monthly purchase MC, and carry on with that. Other than that, I have been adding to Brookfield as part of my dollar cost average. I've been adding to build up Brookfield Renewables. I think long term that might be a good fit for me, but and then VDY and the usual VDY, and then an S&P, but not a ton of tech. Now I know Candace is doing some of the. I saw her channel membership. She's looking at some other ETFs to kind of review on her channel, and one I'd mentioned was the Evolve ETFs, and I know they have some tech ETFs as well, which would be interesting. They have kind of like a metaverse one, and there's some other ones. Might be kind of interesting to see. I don't know what's out there. And yeah, Go Easy is kind of similar than EQB. I mean, Go Easy does is it payday? Do they payday loans and stuff as well? I think, but they also do like pay as you go, more like subprime kind of lending. And EQB is big. I mean, EQB has both, right? Like they have prime lending. They do insured, like, through CMHC insured Sagen or whoever as well. But they do have EQB has a big also a subprime. They're big with like alternative financing as well, much like Home Trust or Home Capital Bank. So similar kind of lines of business for that. And I'm not sure on EQB or Home Capital long term. I don't know. But you're looking also for insurance, DFY, Definity Insurance. Intact is the leader in that space, but GFY is growing faster. Okay, there you go. I think Manulife is also doing quite well too for insurance. So you're looking for more growth, compound. That'd be nice. 20% would be nice. So you're looking for more growth stocks. Okay, good call. That's what it is. Yeah, short-term loans. Yeah. I think in the budget, something's coming out, and the mention as well was for changing the interest cap. I think on loans and also some payday loans. I think I saw that as well. Kind of interesting. Oh, okay. Okay. So the members aren't as cool, but more niche maybe. But okay. Yeah. You could do a quick one for channel members. That's okay. All good. Yeah, their EQ Bank has been quite popular, right? The savings, their savings and stuff account. It's definitely, I think they're trying to grow that out. I could also see. I know Wealthsimple is getting it almost seems like Wealthsimple is going in this direction as well. Because they're, they're not a bank, obviously, but maybe they're wanting to eventually start to do some types of lending as well. I don't know. They're really trying to build and get start to get deposit, like people holding deposits in there. They're obviously not their deposits, but through the custodian. But it's I've also noticed like they're doing like more e-transfers. They're trying to push people to bring in their payroll direct deposits. They're paying decent interest, actually. I think it's, if you do your payroll, I had an email come through. Payroll is like 3% or something like that, and if you have over 100,000, they pay 4% just on a cash account, which is kind of decent for an insured cash account. But yeah. So if you keep it in tech, okay, so nothing like ARC, something like that, you're probably in a bulk up position in CSU. I believe they recently said their runway for acquisitions was in the hundreds of thousands of companies. Oh, okay. I think we've got that one on the list too, don't we? Yeah, Constellation Software. We do have that one. We do have that one on tech, I believe. Yeah, we do. That's a pricey one. It's Power Corp. I don't know the percentage though. Candace might know. Somebody might know that because I know there's a few people that invest in Power Corp. They would probably. I don't think they. I don't know how they break it I don't know how they break it down. MC, I haven't looked into that, but it just seems interesting how they're trying to bring in more. It seems like they're kind of going that route to try and make money, I guess. Yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked at Power Corp that closely, and I don't know the percentage they own or anything like that. No idea. No idea. I just have my investments at Wealthsimple, so maybe I should, but I'm not going to invest in them. So into any shares. But anyways, there we go. All good. I think I got all the comments. And my alarm just went off. It's 9 o'clock. Everybody kept me talking today. It was a good one. These are always fun. I like where these live streams always kind of go. So definitely really appreciate everybody for tuning in, for watching, for listening. Thanks, Candace, for the gifted membership for Scarborough. Hopefully they enjoy that. They'll have some videos to watch, and also get access to the community tab. I'll figure out how to do it next time, and I'll get some gift ones sent out for the coming up this week once I get my sort my card out. That's all, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Figured to have here, Coffee Crew. I'm going to go top up my coffee. Hopefully have a good rest of the day, and happy investing. Let's end this.